Hi there, I'm gonna keep this brief. My name's Kittylan. I am currently sick, and today I am trying the Pause OC art challenges. And nothing totally did not go wrong during this challenge. Anyways, sit back, relax, and please enjoy. I will link all the challenges I used below so that you can try them out for yourself. This first one I did was created by someone called Arby. I did not film myself actually using the generators, which I wish I would have, but to keep it simple, I got a space skin tone, green eyes, a really pretty braid, a magenta, like dark purplish hair color, and a halo. Right off the bat, I knew that I wanted this girl to be like kind of an alien, and I knew that I somehow wanted to incorporate shepherd into the mix. I don't really know where that idea came from, but I went with it. So instead of giving her a space skin tone, I decided instead to use the pattern for her clothes, and I made this creative choice just because the hair color was already really dark and I didn't want the dark spots of the skin to mix with the hair and just become confusing in general. So I went with a light pink skin tone instead to add more contrast. This girl's story came pretty fast. I imagine her as like the shepherd of her tribe, and she takes the sheep through space to asteroid, and maybe the sheep eat like minerals or something. I don't really know. I would have to do some space research to come up with something very sci-fi but still kind of in the realm of possibility, or something completely out of the realm of possibility. I really don't know. That's just the first idea I had. All in all, she was really simple, and I really love this character. Oh boy. Before I move on, I'm just going to clarify that this second character caused me a lot of pain. It was because of this character that I realized that I have very good friends, and anatomy is hard, and I need to practice it because when you just don't do it right, it turns out so broken. Anyways, I got a light peach skin tone, dreadlocks, blonde hair, this shape of eyes, brown eyes, and this star-shaped pupil. By the end of this video, I only met about half of those requirements. You know the saying, practice makes perfect? I want to add on to that. Instead of practice makes perfect, I want it to be practice makes perfect, but prepare yourself because you're going to see some monstrosities along the way. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking to my friends while I was drawing, and so I kind of was giving it a very half effort. I was too lazy to do line art, and I was like, you know what? Let's try painting. Let's go back to my roots. You know, it'll be fine. It was not fine. I genuinely scared myself when I looked down and was like, what did I do? And then I said it to my friends, and they had similar reactions. And the funny thing is if I had known, this was only the tip of the iceberg for the problems that this character gave me. If I had known, I might have stopped, but for some reason I did not. Now, am I overreacting? Maybe a little bit. It wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was, but it still was a very painful day for me because I spent 2 hours on the piece you are currently watching, only to realize that I messed up the proportions so bad. So, here's the finished piece. Do you see the problems? Great, because neither did I! Thankfully, as I previously mentioned, I have great friends who can point out everything wrong with my stuff when I have been staring at it for way too long.
Anna, is this a boy or a girl? A monstrosity. Oh, it was much worse earlier. This is an improvement, actually. It really is. She had a naked baby earlier and everything. No. What happened to the person that makes this? Her halo was stolen. She is no longer an angel. Maybe I had a seizure or something. What part of the proportions is throwing you off the most? I'll tackle that first. All of it, hee.
You guys are really helpful. Anyways, so I basically went back in and did surgery on this poor guy for 2 hours. So I kept the head and the dreadlocks, and I restarted the entire pose, redesigned the suit, and just took it slow, really tried to focus on the proportions before I jumped into coloring, because that's what got me into trouble in the first place. I even named one of my layers Surgery because I did a lot of duplication just in case like I changed my mind. But as I got along into the drawing, I really started to enjoy it again, and I felt better about myself after I fixed some of these proportion issues. And it really started to make me think about the character, because I already had a story planned out for the alien girl, but I did not really know what I wanted to do with this guy. I know he's an astronaut, I know he's super, like, he wants to explore, he wants to get out there, he wants to discover new things, and I realized that actually is really ironic, since my entire drawing process with him was me trying new things and failing and having to start over. I think that's so perfect. So he also needs a name, but this guy is going to explore every ounce of space, and he is not going to stop until he sees it all, which is a very conflicting personality to our curious but shy alien shepherd girl. I finished the piece like an hour before midnight, and I genuinely am so happy with how this turned out, and I think that every single extra hour that I spent on this was worth it. What is the purpose of OC challenges? They're flashy, chaotic, and sometimes make you draw things you're uncomfortable with. But isn't that the point? To draw something you've never done before, and to create an OC you never would have thought of. That's what happened to me. I created an entire alien species, space shepherds that go from planet to planet with their flocks. And thanks to the OC challenges, I learned way more about male anatomy than I ever would have without it. So, let's hope that in my next video I expand upon that knowledge and don't create any more monstrosities. No promises. Anyways, that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing week.
What is this window in your face? Why do you take it off?
Unfortunately, Starlight, I would die.
Paldo a shashid gadgaj. Okay, that's going into the YouTube video. I'm going to be famous.